In the small, time-worn village of Willow Creek, nestled between emerald hills and a gurgling brook, lived a young girl named Clara. Life had always seemed serene in Willow Creek, but for Clara, serenity felt like a distant dream. Her world had recently been turned upside down when her father, a woodworker, fell gravely ill. With their only source of income gone, and the mounting burden of her father's care, Clara woke each morning with fear in her heart and uncertainty clouding her future. Clara loved planting flowers in their garden, a small patch of beauty amidst life's struggles. Yet, lately, even the garden seemed to mock her. Her once vibrant tulips now wilted, reminding her of how helpless she felt. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills, casting the sky in hues of gold and orange, Clara wandered aimlessly down by the brook. She gazed into the water, the reflection of her tear-streaked face staring back. It was then she heard a soft voice behind her. "Why do you cry, my child?" asked old Martha, the village seamstress, who often shared stories of wisdom with those who'd listen. Clara turned and struggled to find the words. I don't see a way forward. My father is sick. The shop is closed and even the flowers don't bloom like they used to." Her voice trembled. Old Martha nodded knowingly and reached into her pocket, pulling out a handful of seeds. "Do you know what these are?" Martha asked. Clara frowned, confused. "They're seeds, of course." "Yes, child. But these are special seeds. They are mighty oaks in disguise, though they don't look much like trees now." Martha knelt and began pressing the seeds into the soil near the brook. Clara tilted her head. "Oaks? But how could they grow here?" She trailed off, watching Martha's deliberate touch. Martha smiled, her kind eyes meeting Clara's. "It will take time. The sun will warm them, the rain will nourish them, and the soil will nurture them. But you can't see the tree now, can you? All you see is the seed. Small, unremarkable. Yet what looks so small now grows into something mighty later. You can't see it today, but the Maker already knows the oak it will become." Clara was silent, absorbing the words. Martha continued, "Child, life is much the same. You may not understand what the Maker, our Creator, has planned for you, but His plans are always for your good. They are to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you hope and a future." She gently patted Clara's shoulder. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us of that promise. "Plans for a future?" Clara asked softly. "Yes," Martha said firmly. "No matter how hard it may seem now, there is a plan written for your life, and it is far greater than you can imagine. But just like those seeds, you must give it time. Water it with faith. Trust that the Maker sees the mighty oak even while you only see the seed." For the first time in weeks, a flicker of hope sparked within Clara's heart. She felt something shift, a quiet resolve to trust and weather the season she was in. Days turned to weeks. Clara busied herself tending to her father, who slowly began recovering. She reopened the shop and learned to carve simple wooden trinkets, selling them with heartfelt notes about hope and faith. Little by little, her family's fortune began to recover. Her once withered tulips bloomed with more vibrant colors than ever before, as if reflecting the revival in her spirit. Years later, Clara returned to the brook, now older and wiser. There, towering above her, stood the mighty oaks Martha had planted, a testimony to patience and faith. Clara smiled, running her fingers over one of the sturdy trunks. She remembered old Martha's words fondly, and thanked God for the truth of Jeremiah 29:11, a verse that had carried her through the darkest valleys and into the bright fields of promise. Indeed, the Maker's plans were good, plans not to harm her, but to give her hope and a future.